Hey, Pedro. Welcome. Oh, God. Sorry about that. I was trying to adjust my volume on my phone and hit the camera, and all hell broke loose. So, what's going on here is my background drop is going to be a fence line that I just put in this morning. Um, I still got a few things I got to work on it. I accidentally ripped it when I was trying to get it off the table where I was gluing the tool to the poles. And when I pulled it up, it sort of ripped on this one. So I just covered it up with the bushes and everything. And the other one pretty much almost had the same situation. So I had to adjust that. So it still looks okay, but I just didn't like the idea that I busted it trying to take it off the table where I was gluing it. So I was trying not to get it caught on anything, but it got caught. Some other things that I was doing yesterday was trying to fill in the ballast, and I had to rip up the whole backside main over here in order to do that. So I got to come back and redo the ballast and fill it in. So I'm just taking a little bit at a time, no hurry, no rush, you know. So that's about it. Let me turn it on. No, I'm off today. I'm off today and tomorrow. We get paid holiday for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So I am off. How you feeling, man? You doing all right? All right. So let's recap what I did last night in operations. What I did was I switched out pretty much everything over here, all four corners, starting with Black Rock, then went to Jack, then went to Crestline, and then Nabco. Actually, yeah, Nabco we went, and then we did Crestline, and then came back, set the train, the outbound train in the siding or the pocket, and we shut down over here in the spur track going into Jack Chemicals. Um, the plan is to do for now is to go over to the chemical plant, go in the yard, grab the carts we need for spotting the chemical plant, and preparing a outbound. And as of now, we only have 2 cars on spot at the chemical plant, and everything else was a pool. So we need to make an order for the chemical plant. So we're gonna go. Well, we can do it right here. We already got our engines already set over here, so we can use the UP to do the switching. So hold on, guys. I gotta get my phone so that I can watch the chat. Sorry about that. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Let me go get my phone. Hold on. I apologize for that for the wait, guys. I don't have a phone that's fully charged, so I got them all on the charger charging for right now. But we're gonna continue. We're gonna go ahead and do the switching. I'll just have to stop and look at the box. So bear with me. So the switching order for now, and I cleared the board and readjusted the board for all the rail cars. Also, since there's only four plants on the closet branch now instead of 5, we're only going to deal with 4. But these 2 companies in the corner, BlackRock and Jack Chemicals, take 2 rail cars. So they'll take 2 different type of rail cars, one for loading, one for unloading on both ends. And the other end, it'll just be straight up unloading. So that'll make things a little bit more simple for everybody. So, and plus I got to still make that unloading hose, pipe and hose that I got over there in that corner and all 3 corners except over here at this one. I just got the loading dock. Anyway, so the switching order, before we get started, the first thing we're going to do is let me look up here at the board. Y'all probably can't see all of that, so my apologies. So I'll point out the card that I'm going to be grabbing for the outbound. We'll grab the cars for the outbound, and we'll grab the cars for spotting in the chemical plant to the wash rack. The first car is we're going to get are the cars for BlackRock. Uh, 735193 is one of the spot cars for BlackRock. And the next car will be STAX 10488 that's sitting right there. That is the next car that we're going to be taking over there. So we're only going to take 2 cars for the outbound because we already got cars already staged. These 3 cars are staging cars for the BlackRock. They are not a part of the outbound, so we're not going to worry about that. The next company will be Jack Chemicals. We have, let's see, Jack Chemicals takes the rivet counter cars. All the rivet counter, they take the rivet counter cars. The STAX rivet counter and the SCMX rivet counter. And those cars are on the wash rack. We have 2 cars up there on the wash rack. So one is empty and one is loaded. So the SCMX car is being loaded, and then the STAX car is a empty car. We have an empty car right here. We'll grab this car. That is STAX 10016 as our spot car. So we got that car, and then the SCMX is over there on the wash rack with that DPRX, which is also a car that's going to be loaded over here at the chemical plant. So let's see. We got that one out of the way. Now Crestline Chemicals. Crestline Chemicals takes a DPRX rail car. Now we don't have an order to be shipped out because we still have a car that's up there that has to be unloaded, and they don't have any place to put it. And we don't want to put that car in the staging track or in the yard because of the shelf time on it. So what is going to happen here, and what they're carrying is wax. We're going to make that a wax plant where they unloading wax. So even though that car is staged, I just realized what I did. I said wax. So that means that car over there, that should have been already unloaded. We're not going to do wax. We're not going to do wax. Damn that. That'd be crazy to do. So scratch that. We'll figure out some other chemical or appliance, home remedy chemical for that. Someone come up with a chemical that is non-flammable that can be used to be unloaded and made at this chemical plant. I'm giving everybody the opportunity to give me a chemical for all 4 companies that is non-flammable. It could be a corrosive. It could be toxic, but it cannot be flammable. So I'm gonna come down here to the comics and see if anyone can come up with a chemical that is non-flammable, that is toxic or corrosive. So shoot away, everybody. All right. Anyway, over here in the corner is the CBTX cars at NAVCO. NAVCO is short for Navarre County Chemicals. We have a chemical company here, but it's not called NAVCO. It's called Alco Champion, but I came up with Navarre County Chemicals. So NAVCO. Anyway, that car gets a CBTX 35 car. Right here, we have one, CBTX 35193. That'll be our other pull car. So let's recap our cars that we're going to pull for outbound. Got this car for outbound. We got this car for outbound. We got this car for outbound. And then over here, we have this car for outbound. And that car for outbound. Some of y'all should have wrote this down so that it will remind me. So in a second, I'll write this stuff down to make sure to make the outbound first. So we'll make the outbound first, take the outbound for the interchange over here, let them take that, and then they will bring the outbound train in. And when they bring the outbound train in, then we'll switch to put them in the to spot them at the chemical plant. Because right now, as you can see, I have the cars, but I don't want to deal with those cars in the yard until I get those cars out of the way over there at the chemical plant so that we'll have enough room to put the inbound cars in. So if that makes sense, great. If not, I'll explain it later. So I'm going to write these cars down real quick so I don't have to, so I won't lose the cars that I'm taking. Has anybody came up with the chemicals that's non-toxic? I'm sorry, that is either toxic or non-toxic, corrosive, but non-flammable. All right, I got the outbound. I got the outbound train ready. These are going to be our cars. CBTX 735135 for Black Rock, STAX 10488 for Jack Chemicals, STAX 10016, SCMX 16119, and for Navco Chemicals, CBTX 35193. We're not going to worry about Crestline Chemicals because we got a car up there that has to be unloaded that we put in a staging error last night. So that is it. Now I'm going to start doing my switching. Everybody need to let me know if this is a good area for them so they can see everything. All right. I guess everybody fell asleep or something. I don't know. All right, we're going to use the Union Pacific 2709 for our switching. We got to move that engine out of the way. 2015, which is in track 1. We're not going in track 2, so we're just going to move that engine over to track 2. We'll take the Harper with us as well. What we are going to do is we're going to shove this car and the tank cars and all that down in the clear so we have a track where we can set all our do some switching if we need to do a set out some cars over there in track 2 or we need to set them to the main. We have some set out area. So in other words, what I'm doing is I'm making room for me to do my switching. I think that's good enough. All right, I shut that engine off for now. Now we're going to move the UP and begin switching. Now I could put the train on that other engine, 2015, and let it be the outbound train, but I think I'm going to use another one. All right, I have a PLG. All right, we made the join. I'm going to check the join. Hey, Closet Branch, what's going on, man? Sorry, I don't have my phone so I can watch chat. I apologize. All right, the train is all set. We're going to drag it out. Damn it. Thought I had it coupled. I guess I didn't have it coupled all the way. Okay, before I started switching, I'm going to do something that I was taught to do. You always go over your switch list on the train before you start switching to make your job easy to figure out where you want to put your cars. I'm just making notes. All right. So this is going to be my switch list, and I had to adjust it because if anything, there was a clerical error on the switch list. The SCMX car is not ready for outbound because that car needs to be unloaded. We don't have a loaded car sitting in the plant. So they had put a car on there that's at the wash rack and put it on the outbound. So that car that's at the wash rack has to go to the chemical plant for loading. So it's on the wrong side of the switch list. So CBTX 735135, we're going to set the spot on track 2 until we get to it. STAX 10488, what we're going to do is we're going to set it on top of that car in order, because these cars have to be set in order in track 2. The next car is 10016, which is going to Jack's Chemicals. It's going to be the only car that's going to Jack's Chemical. We're going to set that car on top of the cars that's going in track 2. So we have 3 cars going to track 2. Like I said, the SCMX car is a kill car because we can't take that car. And then CBTX 35193, we're going to set it to the lead because it's going to be the top car. It is a loaded car with chemicals, so we're going to use a buffer set car. So the first thing we got to do is we need to grab our set car and then set that car on top of, which will be this hopper. You will call it a buffer car. We'll call it a set car, okay? So this car will go first. This car will go behind it in track 1. I'm sorry, in the lead. Then over here in track 2, we have CBTX 735135 here and STAX 10488 over here. And then 10016 will set on top of them too. So I just went over my spotting, how I want to block my train by explaining it to y'all. You always want to go over your switch list to make sure that you do your switching right. If you have to take notes, take the notes, write it down. Take your time with your reading and blocking your switch list before you get done, so that it makes it a whole lot faster and a whole lot easier instead of trying to figure out as you go. Take the time to do it before you start switching. All right. So we got that done. It's done. All right. Now I gotta find a stick, uncoupler stick. It's done. Oh, right. All right. So I've went over the switching order. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this car. We're going to uncouple. Actually, I got the magnet now. I don't know why I'm putting it on the magnet. We're going to drag up another car. Before I do anything, I have to line that switch over there. All right, we got a PLG. We're going to shove this car past track 2. That's our priority. Make sure we clear it past 2. All right. We're going to tie this car down. Close the anchor cock on this. Well, we don't even have air, to be honest. I don't think we have any air on this train. But we're still going to tie this train car down. Once we tie this car down, we're going to drag. We're going to drag up. We're going to grab this car here. This is our other car. This is our bottom car. All right. We got our car that we need. We're going to uncouple. We're not going to worry about the anchor cock or anything like that because we're in the yard and this engine is, we didn't put no air on this train. None of the tow, majority of the time, the hoses on rail cars in a yard are not all tied together. They're hardly ever are. So the best thing to do is just latch up, make the joint, and just drag out. Make sure the joint is good. All right? So we're going to drag. All right, we're going to PLG. We're going to shove to the joint on this car. We're going to shove one car to cut so we can clear track. Well, we already clear a track. No, we're not. We got to clear track 2. All right, we're going to go in the red zone. This is what we're going to do. We're going to make sure the angle cock is closed on the bottom car. All right, this angle cock has to be closed. We're going to tie the hoses on these 2 cars and open the angle cock. You have to open the angle cock on these 2 cars. On this car here, we're going to open the angle cock. And then, well, it's already open anyway, probably already open, but we're going to make sure to have it open. All right? We're going to uncouple. I don't want to mess up my couplers. We're going to clear the red zone. We're going to drag the train up to be set back in. As that's being set, I'm going to go to my switch list. I'm going to put in my switch list notes. And we're going to clear out 193. So 193, we're going to scratch it out. We kill that car. We're going to kill the buffer car or the set car. We got that one clear. So we got everything going on right now. See? I gotta make sure to let y'all see that. Always, always, always make notes on your switch list and scratch out the cars that you got. Okay, 10016. This is the next car. We said we want to put that car over here in track 2. But the other 2 cars are at the top of the train. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to go ahead and shove it to the train. Because this car has to set on top. The CBTX cars have to set on top. So we're just going to shove it back down. We're just going to uncouple this car and take it from there. That was a hard join, so I know that car is on. Okay. We're going to shove. We're going to continue to shove. 735, 135. And 10488 is right on top of it. So these two cars are blocked correctly. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm going to grab this car, set it on top of these cars, and then set them onto the train. I thought I was going to be able to put them all on track 2, but I came to the conclusion that I only have a few cars to switch out. So instead of putting them in track 2, I'm just going to grab the train. But that would have been a waste of time putting them in track 2 when all I had to do is just grab the train and take it from there. We're in the red zone. We're just going to make the join. We're just going to uncouple. While that guy is doing the join down there, once he gets done making that uncouple, he's going to walk over here to this train. This guy's doing the call. He's going to walk over here. He's going to uncouple this car. But he's also going to open up the angle cock. He's going to come up here. He's going to latch the hose, make sure the hose are tied. And then walk up here and get ready to make the join. He wants to get everything prepared for the join. So all he has to do is walk back down there and make the join. All right, I gotta clear the magnet, make sure they join. We're gonna uncouple down here. Again, we're gonna make sure because we made that hard join and that knuckle, that pin fell back down here. So we're in the red zone. We're gonna make sure that this car is uncoupled. We're gonna drag up just a little. Pin didn't fall. Well, the pin didn't stay up. It fell again. So we're gonna pin it up. He's gonna hit the latch. Hopefully the pin will stay up. I got a magnet, damn it. I got a magnet right here. We're gonna drag the train out, hit the magnet. You know why I keep forgetting about the magnet. All right, let me explain what I'm gonna do. What's gonna happen now? We're gonna open the angle cock on this car. We're gonna tie the holes on this car. Make sure that both of the angle cocks are open on this. We're going to come up here. We're going to tie the hoses and make sure the angle cocks are open on this car. Break it up so y'all can see. All right. Then we're going to come up to this car. We're going to close the angle cock on this car. All right. We're going to close the angle cock on this car. Reason why, the direction of the train is going to be going that way. All right. So if the train is going in that direction, we want to close the angle cock because the engine is going to be on that end. All right. Be mindful, this train has no air on it anyway. We setting it up for air. All right. We're going to tie the hoses on these two cars. We're going to open the angle cock on both cars. This car down here, we close the angle cock, okay? He's going to go back down there. He's going to keep it closed. There's going to be a reason why I'm going to keep it closed, okay? So we are clear. We got the train. We got all our cars. So we're going to mark them out. He's going to walk down. He's going to check it. As he walks down, he's going to scratch them off to make sure we got it. And then we'll put on here kill or done. He's going to drag up. Really? Oh, I forgot about that magnet. Oh, hell. Shut up. I got to readjust that magnet and lower it down because it's hitting the scrape in the bottom of the scale train engine. So I got to adjust it. All right. Now we're going to drag this train up on the main. Messing up all of a sudden. Drag the train up. Damn. All right. Here's the situation. We got two engines. Both of them are here on both ends. This train is not tied. The air is not tied on this train, okay? So we're not worried about this. Our kill car is here. We got the anchor car closed on this car. Down here, we have the anchor car closed on this car. So when he makes that join, the first thing he's going to do, he's going to open the anchor cock on the hopper. Open the anchor cock on the hopper, then tie the hose, then open the anchor cock on the engine. Once he does that, he's going to do the air test and make sure that the air on the engine gets up to 100 psi, somewhat off in there. When that is done, he will come down here and he will uncouple the train right here. And as he does that, he's going to check one more time to make sure the anchor cock is closed on this car. Once that is done, he will give the clear or the red zone. The crew will jump on the train and they will head out. The crew of the yard crew will stay back. Wow. I didn't make sure that John was also. Damn it. Shit. What the fuck? Oh, man. Oh, hell no. As that train is getting ready to head over to the closet branch crew will wait patiently until they get there. And what they're going to do is wait so that they can grab the inbound train, and the inbound train will grab the outbound train. So we're going to do an interchange. Dang it! I'm about to kill this engine, I swear. Line is switch for outbound. It makes a whole lap around the layout, around the plant to the juncture. It will never go backwards. The outbound train will always stay forward. Now I could have backed up and go that way, but if there's a crew working the other end of the yard, they would get in the clear and then let them come out. After it clears the juncture at the out the chemical plant, it picks up speed. And man, while that's happening, we're going to shove this train back in. Now we're going to get the switch list for the chemical plant. So we got to do the switch list for the chemical plant. We did the outbound. Now it's time to do the switch list for the chemical plant. And I'm about to kill this engine. Thank you for blessing me. So let's get the switch list for the chemical plant. All right. We already got 2 cars on spot at the wash rack. That train is making its way around. It's got something here. I'm gonna hurry up and get this train over here. It's getting on my last nerves. No. Oh, fuck it. All right. I'm gonna let that. Ooh, I grabbed the wrong hopper. I know I did. All right, they clear the switch. We're gonna grab the engine and take it over. Let's go on and do the closet branch and get that situated first. We're gonna PLG, we're gonna shove and grab the car. So we're gonna set the train for inbound to the spur, going into Jack Chemicals, so we can be out of the way. We're gonna take that hopper, put that buffer car or the set car on top of this train. We're gonna open the angle cock on this car first. This is key now. We got the engine down there. We done broke away. They blew the air from that end because they broke away from the train. They closed the angle cock on the end down there where the hopper is. We open the angle cock on the tank car. We tie the hose, and then we open the angle cock on the slowly on the engine. We do the air test, make sure we got air. The air is good, and then we drag out. Be mindful, the 3 bottom cars of the outbound stay here because there are spot cars for BlackRock. The hell? I have never seen that before. Never. Hey, my blessing. Thanks for coming. All right. The outbound. This is how it goes. We're going to shove. You're going to shove in the clear to make the cut. All right. Before we do anything, we tie the hose. We open the angle cock on this hopper because this one is already open. Okay. We walk down here. Third car. Well, this crew is here, so they already here to do this. We're gonna shove and make cut. We're just gonna make the cut enough so they can put the light on and all that stuff. They're gonna close the angle cock on this car. I'm sorry, on this car. Uncouple, and then drag up just enough to put the light on. Okay, that's it. I gotta fix the coupler on this. It's a brand new coupler. I don't get this. This is a brand new coupler I put on this hopper and it don't want to couple. Let's try this again. Guys, I apologize. I ain't never had this much problems out of this. And it's just the hopper and it won't couple. It's got a brand new spring in it because I put it in there. They put the light on there. They make sure the angle cart is closed. This crew is gonna outbound this train. They come up here. They close the angle cart on this tank car. They uncouple. And they drag out. They're gonna take this train to the spur. Ooh, are we gonna make it? Are we gonna make it? No, we're not. So we're gonna have to uncouple and then go up into track one. Close the anchor cock on this car. Tie the brake on this car. Now the way I set this up, will always take the buffer car or the set car back to the plant. So when they bring another loaded train, it'll have a buffer card. So you always want to take the buffer cars back. When they come back, they'll bring another buffer card and they'll do the same process. We're going to line the switch so we can let him out. All right. We made the join. Make sure all the cards are joined. In the red zone, he's going to walk the train. Every outbound, you need to walk the train. You want to check the hoses, make sure there is no leak on the air hoses. You want to check to make sure the brake pads are up when you open the anchor cock. On this car, latch the hose, open the anchor cock. You always walk and inspect the train. Make sure the pads and everything is up. That means there is no air on this train now. Well, there's air on it, but when he released the brakes, this train is going to move and roll and do everything. You make sure that light is working. Once you've done that, you walk back up to the train. You're going to get clear from dispatch or from traffic to let you know that the train, we're ready for outbound. They'll give you confirmation, and then you drag out. They'll have a train signal giving you the green. They'll change it from red to green or whatever. That's when you can go. And that is it on this. We're gonna get this train. We're gonna get this train and this engine and this hopper because they get on my nerves. Completely on my nerves. See what I mean? Okay, I'll just take it off. Fuck it. We'll put it over here. I'll do some work on it. We'll put Ralph Greenwood's car on here. and replace. And we're done. All right, I'm gonna take a break. I want to do some work. I'm gonna check some stuff, see what's going on, because I ain't never had this many problems live since I've been back on. Not that many problems. So I'm gonna check some stuff, and I will come back in a little while. So until then, thank y'all for watching. All the mishaps, it happens when you're live. So I will be back in a little bit, all right? Until then, y'all take care.